It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here, and so is the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the Sacramento Kings up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Minnesota's been playing with a lot of focus. Over the first half of the season, we've gotten a good...
Clouds passing high over the 10th Avenue Bridge and the Mississippi River here in Minneapolis. A gorgeous scene. Home court belongs to the Timberwolves in this one as we bring you a Western Conference match. Now let's end it out.
Well, guys, Sacramento Kings coach Dave Joerger started out coaching in the minor leagues. And every year he'd attend NBA training camps, but especially ones with teams that had big roster turnover. He said a coach who's had his team together calls out a drill and everybody does it. But to watch those guys teach and put it all together, that was where you really learn. Evan?
Thanks, David, and it's clear that Coach Joerger is a details guy, an impressive young coach. Well, the NBA has some great advanced scouts who know how to help a team prepare for an opponent. When you played, Chris, what kind of information would you be given with a team that was coming up in the schedule or the game that night that was important for you?
Well, wow, my rookie year, I remember the first time I got a scouting, the playoff scouting report, and I had to understand how many times the player I was playing against would shoot over his right shoulder as opposed to his left shoulder, and the percentage of the times he liked it on the left box as opposed to the right box, and really just knowing the guys and understanding their habits. And so you really need that. It gives you confidence because, as I said, you can't check one player. It's just so hard to do. So what do? You have to check their tendencies. So maybe you can beat him to the spot that he likes before he can, because if he gets there, he's just going to destroy you. Scouting reports are everything to understand your opponent and your opposing team.
Did you keep, Chris, a mental notebook, or would you have a notebook that you would write in to keep track of these players, the guys you would face?
I had a mental notebook. The teams would give us physical notebooks, but I would just kind of read them and make my mental notes. You get to see guys so often that if you don't kind of understand who a player is that night before you play him, it might be too late.
Now Sacramento's starting five. Fox and Hield are the young guard tandem. Zach Randolph is out there with Carter, and it's Labissiere in at the 5, roaming the paint. Hill pulls it in. Got a piece of it, stolen by Brooks. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Brooks has got the ball. They get it back. Tries again, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And the foul called on the Sacramento Kings. Minnesota shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Well, one thing that Dave Joerger has provided in Sacramento, Chris, is a connection to the core members of the team.
Yeah, and having your star player believe in Coach Joerger and vice versa makes life a lot easier for this team. You can't get very far with infighting between coaches and players. That's something the Kings have battled even before Joerger's tenure.
From past the arc, nailed from three-point land. Brooks has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Hill passes to Hield. About 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Hill against Brooks. Hill, no good.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
Hamid dishes to Butler. Here's Gibson. Makes it off the glass. Gibson's got his second basket of the night.
Now look at that. That's just a great all-around play. Getting into position for the offensive rebound. Finishing strong on the putback.
Hield kicks to Hill. Picked by Randolph. Hill against Brooks. Puts it up from 12. And Zach Randolph, the bucket on the assist by Hill.
More than comfortable operating from mid-range. Easy money for Randolph.
Brooks kicks to Gibson, and it's Gibson finishing it off.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. The Kings trail by 3. Outside Randolph. Pass to Labissiere. Connects from three-point range. Labissiere's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Out of bounds, Sacramento will take possession. Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for the Timberwolves.
And they took a balanced approach for the most part. They didn't get caught up in any one aspect of the game. They got their points all over the floor.
Picked by Randolph. And it'll be Sacramento as it goes out of bounds. The Kings retain possession. Now that we have a second, take a look at the teams that have scored the most points off turnovers over the last 10 games. The Timberwolves, number 1.
Just a terrific job over this stretch of forcing turnovers and capitalizing. They'd love to continue that trend.
Brooks against Hill. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession.
In a moment now to see some numbers for Taj Gibson. The last 10 or so games, he has been remarkable. Putting up about 25 points per game, 6 assists and 6 rebounds. And he has been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out about these recent performances.
Hey, every symphony needs a conductor. He unifies his teammates, sets the tempo, and they make some sweet, sweet music.
Sacramento's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Healed the pass to Carter. Hill against Brooks. Labissiere with the screen for Hill. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Yeah, coming off a good pick, you want to get that one. He gets the separation he needs. I know he would love to have that one back.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
Hill dishes to Labissiere. Drills it from outside. Labissiere's got 6.
And when Labissiere goes right up with the shot off the pass, the D is toast. I mean, with this size and quickness, no one is blocking these shots.
And finished off by Jang.
You know, didn't need 2 hands for that slam. One will do just fine.
You're right. He can save the other hand for the next time. Hill kicks to Labissiere. Got that one up quick. 8 points for him. Minnesota in the lead. Brooks, the pass to Gibson. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
And how about the excellent court vision? Just keeping the defense off balance.
Well, if you're his teammate, you love this right now because all you have to do is focus on finishing.
They get it back. Labissiere. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
No, and just look at Labissiere, just staying after it and creating additional opportunities for his team.
Here's Jang. Will not go. This is off the front iron. For Sacramento, they've gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. As you had some amazing years with the Kings, thinking back on it, what was one of your favorite moments in this jersey?
Wow, clinching the West in 2002. Really thought that was going to be our year. Having my jersey retired by the team was pretty special as well. And, you know, just the fans, you know. When you're getting buckets in front of those fans, it's nothing like it. And so just the memories I have being part of the community of Sacramento.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Three-pointer, Butler gets the three-pointer to fall. Butler's got his first 3 points of the game.
And how about the improvement of Butler in the catch-and-shoot game? Every year he seems to get a little more comfortable.
Hill kicks to Carter. And there's the call on Shabazz Muhammad. That's his first foul. Rahimi's checked in for Gorgie Dang. Brooks against Hill. Right side, Randolph. 5 on the clock. The shot, no good. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
And I feel like the defense was one step behind all night. I mean, they never made the adjustments to string together a few stops.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Somebody came to play tonight. 6 out of his first 7.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Bielitsa, he checks in for Gibson. Crawford comes in for Shabazz Muhammad. And Tyus Jones subbed in for Brooks. And then for Sacramento, Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Randall. Temple comes in for Vince Carter, and it's Fox in for George Hill. Fox kicks to Labissiere. Hield sets the pick for Labissiere. Pass to Hield, and the foul called on Jamal Crawford. That's his first foul, and the Timberwolves making a change here. Aldridge is checked in. Kufis checked in for Sacramento. Fox against Jones. They set the pick. 6 to shoot. The pass to Hield for 3. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Sacramento.
Yeah, and they lost the season series to this squad last time around. Maybe a little extra motivation tonight to show they've improved. And it's just been an avalanche of points here in the early going.
Yeah, both teams have come out with solid offensive strategies. And then, of course, the guys are finishing.
Temple dishes to Cauley Stein. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And it's important for Cauley Stein's confidence that he gets these interior shots to fall. The more he sees the ball go in, the more assured he will feel down inside.
Traps in the tray.
I don't know if that was by design or by accident, but the D not paying any attention to it.
Cauley Stein a screen. Now here's Hield. He's tightly guarded. Again, Hield missing.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Aldridge with it. Working on Cauley Stein. Aldridge the pass to Crawford. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Now it's a 6-point Minnesota lead.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Here's Cauley Stein. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Well, Willie Cauley Stein out of Kentucky, a player who many thought would eventually become a big-time center in the league, was taken 6th overall in 2015. That surprised some people, but he has had a hard time finding his place in this NBA.
Well, for Cauley Stein, some of it has been opportunity, but also just consistency. You know, he's shown some flashes of greatness for moments, but he rarely puts together a stretch of those big games.
Well, there have been a lot of great young big men come into the league over the last couple of years. Chris, do you think the post position is about to make a comeback in the league right now?
I think it definitely could make a comeback because the players that we've seen enter into this game, like Cat and Davis and Embiid, but I also think that, you know, the game has grown because we've had to see players like Larry Bird on the post extend his game to three-point area. We got to see Hakeem Olajuwon get the first big crossover. So I don't know if the game will ever be the same with traditional posts, but I do know the game is in good hands with guys that have great skill sets, and so the big man is definitely back.
Outside, Jones passes to Aldridge. There's the dish to Mahinmi. And Mahinmi with the stuff.
In this first period, they've been aggressive and extremely focused.
Well, that's put them up by double digits, trying to run away with this one wire to wire.
So the Kings call timeout. They're first. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
And this is why scouting is so important. You've got to be able to identify those role players who can complement what your team does.
Yeah, that was big-time production from the bench, especially on the offensive.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Well, I think the first thing they need to talk about are the rotations. There's a lot of miscommunication out there.
And now we go to our rookie leaderboard to get a check on the players at the top of the freshman class in assists over the last 10 games. 5th, De'Aaron Fox.
Heads-up player for a rookie.
Dishes to Heel. Coley Stein, a screen. Heel can't hit.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
The Elitza misses. The Kings trail by 10. Coley Stein with this screen on Butler. Poked away. It's stolen by Mahinmi. Fast break, Minnesota. Outside, Jones. We've got 1:48 left in the first quarter. 6 on the shot clock. And Bielitsa kicks to Aldridge. No good on the shot. And Sacramento will go the other way with it. On the wing, Heel. Nails the wide open jump shot. Heald's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Kings. Here's Minnesota. They're on an 18-7 run. Feeds to Aldridge. It's Bielitsa. It's good from long range. Bielitsa's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Kufis dishes to Coley Stein. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Yeah, he has that capacity. He knows exactly where to position himself to protect the rim.
Aldridge the pass to Bielitsa. Three-pointer, Butler. Coley Stein grabs the board. The Kings trail by 11. And Temple kicks to Hield. 23 seconds left in the first quarter. Now the feed to Fox. They set the screen from deep. Again, Hield missing. Aldridge with it. Out to the right wing. Shoots. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And so it's Minnesota. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. A terrific tempo and a great pace. The fast break has been a central part of their offense. Back to the action after this word. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And a comfortable margin for the Timberwolves here, guys.
Playing smart in this first period. Credit their unselfish play.
Always a good strategy. Get as many people involved as you can early on.
Here's Jones. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. Jones and Butler in the backcourt. Mahinmi is out there with Cole Aldridge, and it's Bielitsa in at the 3 slot. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Timberwolves. Sacramento's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Hield with it. Butler covering. Hield dishes to Fox. Now, here's Kufis, guarded by Mahinmi. 5 on the clock. Kufis kicks to Coley Stein. The Kings need to get off a shot here. Temple can't get it to go. Timberwolves leading by 11. Here's Jones. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Hits the moving target with the lead pass. He made it look so easy.
Temple the pass to Coley Stein. Fox with the screen for Coley Stein. Coley Stein a screen. Here's Temple. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Here's Fox. No good with the triple. Minnesota's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. On the wing, Jones. Guarded by Fox. Aldridge kicks to Bielitsa. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Mahinmi down low. Kufis is there. Mahinmi's shot is good. Mahimi's got 8 points.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Fox dishes to Kufis. They set the pick. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Chris, you've been on both sides of the coin for this. When it comes to a veteran presence in the locker room, just how important is that? Both, when you were a young player getting it, and maybe as an older player when you were preaching.
When I was a rookie, Kevin, I needed a veteran just as much as I needed an assistant coach. They were that important to me because when you think about it, that's how you learn your routine.
Wow.
What to eat before a game, how many hours to eat before a game, how to recoup after a game, how to say no to your friends and family for playoff tickets because, you're at home and you got to buy 75 tickets. Just kind of how to navigate through life. That veteran player can help, and I think that's one thing when the game kind of got lost in years past, it was because we lost that veteran presence in the locker room. And so to me, the veteran presence is everything. Chris Mullin getting on me because I'm a rookie. I mean, I would have paid him to do that. So it's really cool because just as much as they get on you, they help you and they explain the game, help you out with life and everything else. So it's like a big brother relationship.
Oh, that's good to hear.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says thank you very much and sails in for the flush.
But it's surprising, Kev, to see so little urgency on the defensive side, especially with them losing this game right now.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
When I watch Taj Gibson, I'm always impressed with his hustle and his quick feet. I mean, he knows what to do. He knows what move he wants to execute, and he executes very fast. Often defenders can't set up on him before he's going to work.
Labissiere is checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein.
Now we get a chance to check out Shabazz Muhammad. His last 10 games, he's averaging 11 points a game, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
Well, yeah, lately he's been overachieving a little bit. Hopefully this is a sign of greater things to come.
This year, kicks to Temple. He dishes it to Randolph over Brooks. Count that one, and the Minnesota lead has been cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Zach Randolph. And with Gibson, the quickness he has at his position is a big benefit for him. Great for when he faces up, too.
Yeah, Kevin, he has a great one-bounce move when he's facing up in the paint or elbow. He also does a great job to flash open the space and get a shot up fast.
Randolph, a screen on Brooks. Hill with it. He's picked up by Brooks. Carter against Muhammad. His first shot coming late. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Gibson's got 3 rebounds now in this one. And Zhang kicks to Gibson. And again, it's Minnesota.
And a terrific percentage here in the first half. You got to love their rhythm and the flow with which they're playing.
Well, it's the shot selection. That's been a positive for them thus far and a negative for their opponent.
Here's Temple, defended by Butler. He tries for 3. Temple can't get it to go.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Muhammad, the pass to Zhang, outside Butler. He kicks it to Gibson. He feeds it to Brooks. And they pick up 2. Brooks has got 7 points in the game.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
The Kings trail by 18. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Again, the miss by the Kings. Timberwolves have gotten nearly everything to fall for them here in the second quarter. They're a great 7 of 8 from the floor. And Taj Gibson again. 16 points for him.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Hill dishes to Randolph. Poked away. Kicks it to Temple. Pass to Carter. And here's Hill for three. Looks good, is good. Bucket number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots.
It's his shooting that's kept them out of an even deeper hole.
Left side, Butler. And Muhammad kicks to Zhang. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And the Timberwolves lead by 19.
Oh, tough play. Boy, did he have to fight to get that one to the rim.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. And Chris, you were the #1 overall draft pick back in 1993. We've seen a lot of greats taken with that pick, but it also seems that those #1 picks who aren't as successful face a lot of pressure, a lot of criticism. There's a lot on your plate to handle. Can you talk about that for us?
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure for some players being the #1 pick. But I've always laughed and I've thought about, players that maybe people say maybe they were a bust, maybe this player wasn't good. Well, I think you should go back and look at the GM that picked them. I mean, the GM is the guy that assesses talent, So when there were a few players that were picked #1, and many players said, "What are you doing? We've played against him. We would never pick him #1." So before that, I think the NBA is about opportunity and situation. Look at a guy like Chauncey Billups. He went to Boston. He didn't do well at Boston. They called him a malcontent, said he couldn't play, and then he ended up being one of the best leaders that the game had. And so this game is all about situation and opportunity. Can you find the right fit? That's why if you're a player, you can't let frustration get to you. You have to continue to work hard, continue to prove your game, because when you play, you're auditioning for the other teams in the league as well. They're saying, wait a minute, we see his unique talent, skills, and we see his unique skill set, and we could use him. And so many times you just have to wait for the right position, the right situation.
Minnesota making a switch here. Crawford's checked in, and that one drops. Crawford's got 7 points.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Pick by Randolph. There's the pick. To the left side wing. No one near Labissiere as he lets it go. And once again off the mark by Sacramento.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And showing a good nose for the ball there. Picks it clean, and he's off to the races.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to waste that effort. You want to cash in on these extra possessions. They certainly did that time.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Hey, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that one. The Kings trail by 21. Outside Hill. Labissiere, the screen. Randolph sets a screen for Hill. Can't convert after the good screen.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
I like the decision making, though. I mean, that's a shot you want to keep taking.
Oh, fellas, that was a vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Pass to Randolph. Over Gibson. Randolph's shot is good. Randolph's got 4 points now in the quarter.
He earns his keep with his physicality and his touch with the basketball. Randolph getting it done.
Kicks it out to Crawford. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
Count that one.
And that was the correct play to make. George Hill, a very discerning playmaker.
Timberwolves leading by 19. And there's the pass to Muhammad. Here's the three. Kept alive, Minnesota. Three-pointer. And there's the foul. It goes on Taj Gibson. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Kings making a change here. Fox is checked in. The Kings trail by 19. Passes to Labissiere. Hill, a screen on Zhang. Labissiere kicks to Fox. Labissiere with the screen for Fox. Here's Randolph, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Randolph's got 10.
Oh, that's just a plus play. Randolph in the catch and shoot, pretty confident when he squares up.
Brooks outside. Here's Muhammad, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. 7 points for Shabazz Muhammad.
And a good job taking what the D gives him. He's not going to pass it up with that much space.
Randolph, a screen on Brooks. There's the dish to Randolph. Knocked away. Feeds it to Fox. Sacramento moving it around. Here's Carter. Softly drops in the floater. Carter's got his second basket.
Oh, look at the soft touch on the teardrop.
And it's Gibson finishing it off.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Now Hill, last game with 30 points. Outside Randolph. Dishes it to Carter. Gibson against Randolph. Oh, yes, the turnaround. Randolph's got 8 points here in this quarter.
But if you thought the D was going to tighten up on him here in the second quarter, think again.
And Muhammad has it in the corner. Brooks kicks to Zhang. Kicks it out to Crawford. The feed to Gibson. And that one drops for him. Gibson's got 22 points.
He has them really. They haven't had an answer for him this quarter.
Hill against Brooks. Pass to Labissiere. Good. He's got 17.
Oh, Kevin, when Labissiere is feeling it, his squad keeps feeding him. I mean, he scores soaring. I mean, he makes scoring the ball look so easy.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout. Group substitution now for Minnesota. Mahinmi's checked in for Zhang. Aldridge comes in for Taj Gibson. Bielitsa, he's checked in for Muhammad. And Tyus Jones subbed in for Brooks. And then for Sacramento, Kufis checked in for Skal Labissiere. Billy Cauley-Stein comes in for Zach Randolph. And it's Buddy Hield in for George Hill.
Oh, Kevin, not a penny, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies. There's the pick. That drive by Carter, and plenty of contact on the shot. So, 2 free throws coming up. And Minnesota gets called for the foul.
And Carter, just a freak of nature. One of the best dunkers the game has ever seen. A top-tier shooting guard who just embraces the spotlight.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Mahinmi kicks to Aldridge. Outside, Jones. And Bielitsa has it in the corner. And Mahinmi with the stop.
And the second chance becomes a dunk. We could feel over here.
Yeah, GA, such a good, aggressive play in the paint. There's 57 seconds left to play here in the half. Fox kicks to Hield. He dishes it to Carter. Right through the D for the layup. Carter's got 7 points.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Crawford passes to Mahinmi. And Bielitsa has it in the corner. Knocks down the 3-ball. Bielitsa's got his second bucket of the night. We've got 33 seconds left in the first half. Now, here's Fox. An 11-point game for him in the win against Phoenix.
Don't forget, he also racked up 3 steals. He showed terrific anticipation and heart on the defensive end.
And that's how you answer back.
Trading bombs the last 2 possessions. They're going that one.
And here's Jones. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Philadelphia.
Okay, and 4 steals on the night. He relished being a major disruption on the defensive end.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves with a 19-point advantage heading into the next quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Joined here by Coach Dave Yeager. Coach, what's the takeaway from the first half, and what changes are needed?
Well, they just lined up and kicked our tails straight up one-on-one in transition. And we gotta own up. We gotta keep the basketball in front of us. So shots are gonna fall. We need to make some buckets. That'll help set our defense a little bit.
Coach, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the halftime show on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here. With the first half went really well for Taj Gibson. He ended up with 22 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 steal. And Kenny, what did you see out there from the Timberwolves?
Their ability to get into the paint and get to the rim has been...
And we're just about ready for the start of the...
The buildings of downtown Minneapolis all lit up on this lovely evening. Welcome back, everyone, to the Twin Cities. Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. Minnesota leading by 19. Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. On the court right now for the Kings. Hield is the 2 with Carter at the 3. Zach Randolph is out there with Labissiere. And it's Hill in at the 1 spot. And he comes up with the deuce. Hield's got the first bucket of the third here for Sacramento.
Hill doesn't fear anyone. Phenomenal at keeping his eyes on the rim. He enjoys sinking these tough shots.
Gibson dishes to Butler. Off target from outside. The Kings trail by 17.
Can you argue how explosive of a scorer Jimmy Butler is on the wing? I mean, he's a candidate to go off for 50 points on any given night. He's very efficient in how he scores, which is huge for a primary option.
And defensively, this is the opposite of how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, I mean, you spend all that time in the locker room trying to get mentally prepared. Then you come out and give up that? Nah.
Hield kicks to Labissiere. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Jang. And oh, here we go. Brooks got it. The fast break chance. Here's Muhammad. And Muhammad throws it down.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case. It looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Oh, well, that's because it was terrific anticipation. Also, the quick hands, a lethal combination.
And a look now at the various locations of the shots taken so far for Gibson.
And this is what happens when you are having a tremendous offensive game. They are getting great looks and knocking down shots all over the floor. I don't think we're going to see them deviate from this approach from here on out. They've got the recipe for success.
That drops and it comes off an assist from Brooks. 24 points for Taj Gibson.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Hill kicks to Hield. Randolph up top. He feeds it to Carter. Labissiere, the screen. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
Vince Carter hits them both. Timberwolves leading by 21. Kicks to Gibson. Hield on the double team. No good from Gibson. Sacramento's gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. 2 points. That one goes. Gibson's got 26 points.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
Hill kicks to Randolph. Pass to Carter. Back to Randolph. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
And when Randolph is rumbling to the rim, not many guys are going to get in his way.
And Muhammad throws it down.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. Now a timeout called by Sacramento. One guy who's getting it done is Taj Gibson.
This is a critical timeout for them. They've got to come up with a plan to slow him down right here and right now.
And let's check out some stats. Here are the numbers for Hill. Averaging 17 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Yeah, anytime this club needs a basket, he's their go-to guy. Just an irrepressible, prolific scorer.
Just 5 on the clock. Here's Carter. Again, Sacramento.
Well, that's just a great start to the half for them. Their offense is clicking, and they have made 3 of their first 4 shots.
Here's Muhammad. Doesn't go for him. Good work defensively by Carter. The Kings trail by 21. Here's Hill. Poked away. Knocks it loose. So it's Sacramento now. Shot by Hill, nobody around. Good, the assist goes to Hill. Hill's got assist number 8 now on the night.
Oh, they're getting terrific high percentage looks at the basket to begin this half. 4 or 5 so far.
And Muhammad gets it to go.
He is a dangerous outside shooter, and if you leave him open, he can bury them consistently.
Now here's Hield, defended by Butler. Deep 2 from Hill. He can't hit that time. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. And that'll be the 4th of this 5-game homestand. Here's Carter. And they cash in right away with the quick shot. Carter's got 6 here in this quarter. Minnesota leading by 19. Brooks, the pass to Muhammad. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Sacramento's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Hill kicks to Randolph. Labissiere with the screen for Randolph. Kicked by Randolph. Now here's Labissiere. Jang defending, just 4 to shoot. Here's Hill. Again, Sacramento.
Good defense, better offense by George Hill.
For Minnesota, they've gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the 3rd. And Brooks, here we go. It's stolen by Hield. Ball's knocked loose, stolen by Brooks. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
And it's all about positioning for Butler. Once he's deep inside the paint, there's no question he's going to finish that one.
Here's Hield. He's got 10. He kicks it to Labissiere. Randolph inside. Defended by Gibson. Muhammad against Carter. Shot clock at 5. Minnesota with the rebound. Gibson's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Pushing it up. And Butler gets it to go. Butler's got 9 points.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Hill with it. He's got 13. Now the pass to Randall. In it goes for the 8th time in 10 tries.
Doing what he does best, Randolph, getting after it tonight.
Butler kicks to Gibson. Back to Butler. And he drops in the layup off the glass. He's got 11.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Labissiere with the screen for Randolph. And there's the foul. It'll go on Aaron Brooks. That is his first foul of the game. Mahimi's checked in for Minnesota. Then for the Kings, Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Randolph. Temple comes in for Vince Carter. And it's Fox in for George Hill. Fox dishes to Labissiere. That one good for 2. Labissiere's got 19 points.
The D doing all they can, but Labissiere is just a master at finishing from there. I mean, even while getting hit.
Mahimi passes to Jang. Back to Mahimi. And it's Mahimi finishing it off.
Incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk. Here's Hield. 10 points for him. Passes it to Fox. Greg, you ask a lot of GMs. De'Aaron Fox, probably the fastest player in this year's rookie class.
And he plays at 1 speed. That's lightning. I mean, he's got speed to burn. And maybe not quite as fast as, say, John Wall, but he isn't far behind. He uses that quickness well also in terms of just busting seams on the offense. And at the other end, he can be an outstanding defender as he was at Kentucky.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for Jang. Bielitsa comes in for Muhammad. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Butler. And Tyus Jones subbed in for Aaron Brooks. The shot by Mahimi, no good.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Yeah, he has that capacity. He knows exactly where to position himself to protect the rim.
Kufas, and he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Kufas has got his first 2 points of the night.
And you just hate to give up those second chance points.
It can be discouraging, frustrating, but you only have yourself to blame. Box out.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Now here's Hield, guarded closely. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Jamal Crawford picks one up.
Well, everybody knows he's a talented guard. He's a deadly scorer. He can get hot in a hurry.
So he gets them both.
Well, Buddy Hield, the main part of the package that came back to the Kings in the Cousins trade. Hill was a player the Kings have been interested in for a while. Ownership targeted him specifically in the Cousins trade.
Aldridge kicks to Mahimi. And the layup's good off the glass. Mahimi's got 6 points in the quarter.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
There's the dish to Kufas. Here's Temple. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. And the rejection by Mahimi. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Mahimi. Five to shoot. They set the pick. Shot off the pick. And the jumper is on the mark. Kufas has got his second bucket of the night. And Chris, with Hield, part of why this team was so intent on getting him was because they love how he can develop as a scorer.
Oh, yeah, and to be clear, he can't replace Cousins with his production, and the team knows that. They wanted a perimeter scorer to transition and build around. They got their man in Hield.
Now, here's Kufas, guarded by Mahimi. Kufas dishes to Fox. Feeds to Cauley Stein. Cauley Stein with this screen on Crawford. Got freed up. Nice work off the pick. 14 points for Buddy Hield.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage. Straight power, homie. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely a resounding dunk. Sacramento's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Here's Temple. This is Cauley Stein. And Aldridge sends it back. They recover it. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
Jones kicks to Mahimi. And it's Mahimi finishing it off.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Sacramento's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Fox passes to Kufis. To the right side. Temple dishes to Cauley Stein. Three-pointer, Hield buries it from three-point range. Hield's got 12 points here in the second half.
Oh, this guy, his motor is always the same. No matter what the score of the game is, he always remains aggressive.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. The Kings trail by 21. And Temple kicks to Cauley Stein. On the wing, Hield, guarded by Crawford. And again, it's Sacramento converting.
Well, he has put forth an outstanding effort on offense this quarter. He will need to keep it up if they really want to cut into this lead.
And I tell you, he's playing the game with pure excitement right now.
He capped off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim. Fox kicks to Cauley Stein. Here's Temple. Back to Cauley Stein. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Jones against Fox. Mahimi passes to Jones. Pass to Bialica. There's Crawford with the 3. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves with a 19-point advantage heading into the next quarter. They have been excellent at both ends of the floor. The scoreboard showing what a complete performance this has been. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. And here are the Kings now, trailing by 19. They've got Bialica, Crawford out there with Jones. Then there's Ian Mahimi. And it's Aldridge in at the 4 slot. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Again, Sacramento.
That's a tough size matchup there, and he takes advantage of it from mid-range.
Minnesota leading by 17. Jones drives in. And there's the feed to Aldridge. Battles through traffic and lays it in.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Now Fox. Kufis dishes to Cauley Stein. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Wow, at 7 feet tall, Cauley Stein is a major threat to throw it down. If he gets the ball close to the rim, the D is pretty much toast.
Fox against Jones. He dishes it to Aldridge. He tries for 3. The Elitza misses. The Kings trail by 17. Now, here's Fox. They set the pick. Back to Cauley Stein. Ball's knocked loose. And now Minnesota on the fast break. On the basket by Jones. And the Timberwolves lead by 19.
And how about the fast hands and then getting right out in transition?
I mean, look, I was going to say you're attacking on both ends, quickly going from defense to offense.
And Cauley-Stein with the basket on the assist by Koufos. And that's now 10 points for Willie Cauley-Stein. Minnesota calls timeout. And Greg, you wouldn't expect it from a Coach Thibodeau team, but defense was an issue for the Timberwolves last year.
And the Wolves brought in Butler to help with offense, but more importantly, his defense. And Butler, familiar with what Thibs likes to do on both ends of the floor, has the leadership the team needs, particularly on the defensive end.
Some changes here for the Timberwolves. Taj Gibson's checked in for Aldridge. Muhammad comes in for Bjelica. And it's Brooks in for Tyus Jones. And then for Sacramento, Zach Randolph is checked in for Koufos. Carter comes in for Garrett Temple. And it's Hill in for Heel. And Muhammad kicks to Mahimi. And the rejection by Cauley-Stein.
And shooters beware. Cauley-Stein is very crafty in how he rises up to the block. So good at catching scores off guard with his wide reach.
Stolen by Brooks. Lays it in off the breakaway. And the Timberwolves lead by 19.
And when you can outscore your opponent in transition, that's always going to work to your advantage.
Yeah, but you have to control the pace. You have to keep it up, keep the tempo. That's how they built this lead.
Picked by Randolph. Hill has the open look. The three-pointer, no good.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
The Kings trail by 19. To the paint. Cauley-Stein's shot is good.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And Hill over to help. Out of bounds, Sacramento will take possession. Scal Lavissiere's checked in for Sacramento. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Hill against Brooks. Lets it go. And again, it's Sacramento converting. Timberwolves leading by 15. Out to the wing. Mahimi passes to Muhammad. Mahimi's shot is good. Mahimi's got 12 points here in the second half.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
You know the saying, numbers don't lie. You can see it up there on the scoreboard.
Down low, Muhammad, and the dunk by Muhammad.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
And how about the explosiveness he shows, going from the offensive to the defensive end in a blink.
And it goes down 2 points.
They've cashed in on a lot of second chance opportunities here in the second half.
Look at that jam. Wow. I mean, just beautiful.
Incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk. Carter on the wing, fires from deep. Good, the assist goes to Hill. Hill's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing.
Well, that's a shot they'll be happy with on every trip, no matter who's taking.
Gibson, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Well, for so much of his early career, Taj Gibson has been a sixth man or reserve for his team, but Chris, it now appears he has finally claimed a role as a starter, and he's provided the same production as before.
Sometimes players try to do too much as a starter or let it affect how they play. Gibson, he just keeps on trucking and puts up good numbers.
Gorgie Dang's checked in for the Timberwolves. Jimmy Butler comes in for Jamal Crawford. Labissiere, the screen. Hill kicks to Fox. Knocked loose. Fires it up. And again, it's Sacramento converting.
And you can't lose track of Hill, a money shooter on the spot.
Muhammad dishes to Jang and finished off by Jang.
Oh, terrific pass work. That shot's a lot easier after an assist like that.
The Kings trail by 18. Hill passes to Labissiere. It's back to Hill. Labissiere, the screen. Over Brooks. No good off the front iron.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
17-foot shot on the way. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
But it's nice to have an option like him every time down the court.
For Sacramento, they've gone 8 of 11 from the field in the final period. Great shooting down the stretch. Randolph, a screen on Brooks. Hill kicks to Carter. Randolph in the posts, working on Gibson. That's good from Randolph on the assist by Carter. Carter's got 5 assists in the game. And Muhammad has it in the corner. Right wing. And Zhang kicks to Gibson. They get the rebound. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Gibson's got 4 points in the quarter.
He continues to be their go-to guy. If they close this game out, his stamp will be all over this one.
No problems knocking that one down. And that's 21 points for Zach Randolph.
Now, that's the counterbalance to his inside game. Randolph able to face up and knock it down.
Zhang dishes to Butler. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. And the Timberwolves lead by 19.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Fox kicks to Labissiere. Carter outside. Shoots over Muhammad. And it's Carter missing. Minnesota leading by 19. Muhammad, the pass to Jang, and finished off by Jang.
Nice understanding of where to go with the pass there.
Sacramento's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Labissiere, the screen. And something we see now in the modern NBA, Chris, is that players will try and recruit other players in free agency, sometimes almost leading up to free agency. How often do you think that happens now, and how is that, say, different from when you played?
It's a lot different from when I played. I think guys wanted to play together, but we did not recruit or try to play together with each other because of the way that the rules were in collective bargaining and because of the way the game was at that time. At that time, even if you had a friend that was your very close friend off the court, you wanted to beat him for bragging rights on the court. Back then it was more of, can my team beat your team, not can we play together. I tell you what, with friends that I had in the league at that time, that would have been pretty cool to play with some of my friends that I think were great players. But I just think it's just been a line in the sand. It's just changed. I think a lot of it's changed because we're playing basketball at younger ages. Guys are playing and traveling the country and know each other from ages 10, 11, and 12, so they have honest, genuine friendships and really want to play together. And so I don't really think it's a problem, but it's interesting watching these super teams and how all of this is developing. It definitely didn't happen in my day, and I'm just now, I won't say getting used to it, but I'm just now recognizing that, man, it's okay to play with your friends, I guess.
Buddy Hield, he's checked in for Sacramento.
Well, the Kings is a team that is in desperate need to get to the postseason. Second longest playoff drop in the league. Just can't seem to build any momentum.
And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. Brooks against Hill. And Zach Randolph, the bucket on the assist by Hill. And that's 23 points for Zach Randolph. And with the Kings, the playoffs, something they're working towards. Haven't had a postseason basketball team in Sacramento since 2006.
Well, there's a lot of reasons as to why that is the case, but consistency is definitely one of them. The team has had so many coaches come in and out recently. Players know the #1 goal each season is to make the playoffs when you have a good coach around, but if not, it turns into every man for himself.
Back to Hield from outside the arc. Another three for Sacramento.
And Hield is ready to shoot as soon as he gets the pass. The D can't afford to play off him.
Here's Butler. Gibson. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Timberwolves lead by 17.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
And they've been very loose with the ball here. They haven't been as patient, forcing things a bit, which has led to turnovers. They need to just slow down and relax.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Taj Gibson.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
The Kings trail by 17. Hill dishes to Randolph. They set the pick. It's back to Hill. And Gibson sends it back.
And Gibson just out here to play hard defense, showing great awareness coming up there with that block.
Here's Hield. That's in there. Carter with the assist. Hield's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for Sacramento. And Labissiere sends it back.
Just phenomenal timing on the block. Labissiere leaping up for the forceful rejection.
Hield kicks to Carter. He feeds it to Randolph. Bucket is good. Randolph's got 9 points in the quarter.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
It's stolen by Carter. Kicks it to Randolph. Over Gibson. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Randolph's got 27.
Randolph unfazed by the defense, keeping his eye on the prize.
Brooks the pass to Butler, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Butler.
Well, the defense had nothing to do with that turnover. They're just fortunate. That's just plain sloppy passing.
And here now the Kings. They're on a 17-6 run. Pick up by Hill. Hield kicks to Randolph. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Randolph's got 17 points here in the second half. Here's Muhammad, and Muhammad throws it down.
Straight rim rocker.
It looked like, Greg, for a second, like he might rip the cylinder loose. We've got 1:13 left here in the fourth quarter. They get a hand on it. Labissiere dishes to Carter. Hill passes to Labissiere. Shot from 12. Count that one. And the Timberwolves lead has been cut down now to just 8 on the basket from Zach Randolph. And for the Timberwolves, they're shooting nearly 70% from the floor. They are putting on a clinic offensively. Hill against Brooks. And stolen by Jang. Here's Gibson. Look at that.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
Well, they've gotten serious, stringing together some game-winning buckets.
Right side, Randolph.
He knows all the tricks in the book. Randolph isn't going to finish over the top, but he gets himself to the line.
It's the first that brings them within single digits. Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. Kufis checked in for Sacramento. Fox comes in for Hill. There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
And giving the fans what they came to see, a spirited performance.
Yeah, with the double-digit lead at this point, they can pretty much mark this one up in the win column.
And with the time remaining, I'm just not seeing it.
Well, you know they like to have some plays back, especially a couple of those stupid ones from earlier. But I'll tell you what, they'll learn from this.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Yeah, they've been tremendous from beyond the arc. It's a shift from what they did in the first two quarters.
Aldridge kicks to Jones. On the wing, Jamal Crawford. Back to Jones. Fires for three. And so the Timberwolves take the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.